get attracted by anything, by some sound, by touching, by some kind of taste, rupa, looks, smell. Any of these five organs can prompt the sense organs to do wrong, and that's why they say to control the sense organs. They can create prejudice and disharmony in society and hurt the individual also. Only when one appreciates the given and the giver, there is karma yoga. We always, in India, it's very common for us to say always Bhagwan ki kripa hai. But we say it so mechanically, it doesn't touch our heart. We know it, but it really doesn't touch our heart. That's the reason we don't feel that it's a Bhagwan ki kripa. How do we feel that concept of Swadharma? Do what you have to do. Convert the work into worship. Whatever work Bhagwan assigns to you, your work may not be as productive, convenient, pleasant, may not be financially rewarding as one would like to have, but do it with a sense of duty. Your karma will give you moksha. That also sounds little because in the modern days, especially in the Western countries, we always are brought up to think, do what you want to do. Sometimes it's not a good idea to do what you want to do, because every time what you want may not be the right thing. So do what you have to do. But again, unfortunately, the measure of success in these days is how much money you make and how shrewd you are compared to your other companions. But our Vaidika Sanatan Dharma does not approve of this kind of thoughts. That's all the summary of chapter number 3. We'll go to chapter number 4 now. The chapter number 4 is called the topic of renunciation of actions through knowledge. Until now, Karma Yoga was also renunciation of knowledge, but every time we do, we said we have to Ishwararpana Buddhi, we have to offer to Bhagwan and all that. But now we are moving a little bit more philosophically. We are renunciating through our knowledge, not just practically. That's the difference between Karma Yoga and Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. Difference between chapter 3 and chapter 4. In this chapter, Bhagavan introduces the topic of avatara. There are two words, Vyashti and Samashti. Vyashti means individual, Samashti means total. The individual, you can say in American philosophical, they called Vyashti as a micro and Samashti as macro, Jivatma and Paramatma. And Vyashti, what is Vyashti? Individual. Every individual is born out of his or her own karma. And when it comes to Samashti karma is the total karma the world does. And because of Samashti karma, when things get really bad, Bhagwan takes the avatar. That's what Bhagwan is saying here, that I come because of Samashti karma, but you are here because of Vyashti karma. So that's the difference between individual and Bhagwan's avatar. And Bhagwan tells him, Arjuna, I taught you this secret yoga because you are my friend. The royal sages in ancient time knew this, but it got lost in the world. in the passage of time. And that seems to be so true. All these good things have been lost in the passage of time. And that's why last time I had quoted one Swami Chinmayananda's paragraph to remind you all. I'll read that again. From time to time, an ancient philosophy needs intelligent reinterpretation in the context of new times, and men of wisdom guide the common man how to apply effectively the ancient laws into their present life. I think it's the time for some wise man to come and tell the people what is right and what is wrong. Always thinking that I'm right is not the right thing to do. That causes lot of problems. So just as Chinmayananda say, we have to bring our ancient wisdom and apply to the modern life. We have been watching what's happening in the world. It's very sad. This is all comes from jealousy, anger, prejudice, and all this prejudice, jealousy, anger will not go unless you have a Vaidika path to follow. And unless somebody tells you what is wrong, because every individual, if they think they are the best, they know what they are doing, that's what happens, what I have been watching in the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and it's very sad. And in the chapter number 4, after saying that the Bhagwan told Arjuna that I am telling you this secret knowledge because you are my friend, which has been lost in the world. Then in verse number 5, chapter 4, he is explaining Bahuni me vyatitani, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, Bahuni me vyatitani, Janmani tavacharjuna, Tanyaham Veda Sarvani, Nattam Ventha Parantapa. I have taken birth many times, and so you have too. But I know them all, and you do not remember, because I am birthless and deathless. Hence, whoever knows my real Swarupa, they reach me in time. And then coming to verse number 11, ये यथा मां प्रपद्यन्ते तांस्तथैव भजाम्यहम् मम वर्त्मानुवर्तन्ते मनुष्याः पार्थ सर्वशः. Whoever approaches me with whatever desire, I bless them. People follow my path all by all means, in every way. They want pleasure, they want money, they want comfort, whatever they desire, I give them. Verse number 16. Talking about karma, Bhagavan says in this verse, what is action and what is inaction or actionlessness. Even the sages and scholars are confused about it. Hence, Bhagavan says, I will teach you about action, knowing which you will be freed from samsara. And the act verse 16 reads like this: Kim karma kima karmeti kavayo pyatra mohitaha tatte karma pravakshyami yagyatva moksha se shubhat. Kavayo apyatra means the scholars. So even the scholars are confused. What to do, what not to do, what involves action, Why should we feel inaction? Doing the action, you should feel inactive, not inactive, inaction. Action and actionlessness. Doing the action, you feel you should be having the feeling actionlessness, because the feeling will come when you think that I'm not the karta. When you feel that thing, I'm not the karta, it's called the actionlessness. But as he says, that even the biggest scholars also forget or get confused what is kim karma, kim karmeti, what is action and what is actionlessness. Then in the verse 18, 19, and 20, I'm not reading that because maybe I can just read it all that in one time. कर्मण्य कर्म यः पश्येद अकर्मणि च कर्म यः सबुद्धिमान मनुष्येषु सयुक्तः कृष्ण कर्म कृत् यस्य सर्वे समारंभाः काम संकल्प वर्जिताः ज्ञानाग्निदग्ध कर्माणं तमाहुः पंडितं बुधा त्यक्त्वा कर्म फलासंगं नित्यतृप्तो निराश्रयः कर्मण्याभिप्रवृत्तोऽपि नैव किंचित् करोति सः. The summary of these three verses: even though fully engaged in action, one is actionless because he has the knowledge not to depend upon the result. When it comes to doing, when you don't depend upon the result, you do the action, that is really the actionlessness. Coming to this, and when you do the work like this with an attitude of karma yoga, what happens? That karma becomes a sadhana. People do various kinds of sadhana, puja, japa, pranayama, anything, but Bhagwan says that jnana yajna, sadhana for gaining the jnanam, is the superior and the best kind of sadhana. How do you do that? One who studies Shastra, teaches Shastra, lives by the prescribed rules of Shastra, is complete Purnaha. How to get this knowledge? To do what? For that, Bhagwan is saying, find a wise person. तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदेक्षन्ति ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिनस्तत्त्वदर्शिनः. How do you find this knowledge? The procedure Bhagwan tells in verse number 34. Find a wise person. Do pranam to him. Ask proper questions, just like Arjuna asked. Do some service to him. That wise person who has the vision of truth will teach you the knowledge. The verse number 36. Api chedasi papebhyah sarvebhyah papakrittamah sarvam jnana plavenaiva vrijinam santa hrishyasi. And Bhagwan again consoles. He is not putting anybody